Hello and welcome to Classical Guitar Works. In this video, we will discuss extensively on how to teach the guitar. Alright. You've got your gear, your portfolio, and your first student. Hooray! It's time to teach your first lesson and you're thinking about the best approach. In this video, we are going to teach you how to teach guitar lessons. First, you should start way before getting your first student. You have to design your curriculum. Just like regular school, you need a curriculum to teach. Not to worry, as designing a basic curriculum isn't that hard. In fact, we're going to help you with a basic curriculum that you can build upon to teach your students. Start with caged. There is something known as the caged system. It refers to the first 5 basic chords that you should teach your student. They are very common chords. They don't require too many finger movements and are very popular. With a quick Google search, you should be able to find tons of free resources to help out. Once your student is able to freely transition between these 5 chords, they should be able to play lots of trendy pop songs. However, as you know, they can't learn all of these on their first day. So, in each lesson, you can teach 2 chords and how to transition from one to the other. How do you find songs that caged chords can play? The next thing you want to do is to find chords that the new chords you've taught your student can play. This is what the student will use to practice his strumming patterns and speed. Also, this will keep your students interested in the lessons as they will observe their progress. This is great at motivating them to practice more, showing excitement every time you're ready to teach. An important thing to note is that your students won't be able to play these songs perfectly. Don't try to force them to score every single song when they're still beginners. Leave room for mistakes as you teach them the simplified version of each song. As your students begin to get quick with their transitions, you can tell them to play along to a song, or sing while they play. All of these helps to build confidence in your student. This will in turn make your student practice more. Now that your student knows how to play a few chords and they are excited about their lessons, it's time to teach them the basics. Since it's the basics, why is it coming now? For your students' first few lessons, you want to show them that the guitar can be fun and entertaining. If it's proving too difficult, tiring, or boring, they may hesitate and consider quitting. There are lots of people who end up this way. You have to think about the reason they came in the first place. Haven't seen great guitarists, many of them decided to have the same vibe. Now that you have gotten them eager to learn, you can teach them basic guitar theory. Subjects such as notes, scale, parts of the guitar, and other guitar-relevant kinds of stuff can come in. Again, a quick Google search on guitar theory should provide needed resources for your next few lessons. Try to keep it short and easy for your learners' sake. This way, the lessons will be interesting. Even when you're teaching music theory, always end the session on a high note. You can do this either by letting them play a song they already know or teaching them a new song. This would keep them looking forward to the next lesson, and that is your aim. Just so we are clear, let's share 5 main tips that'll help you achieve this. 1. Make the lessons simple. Yes, we know you want to pour every piece of knowledge into the students' heads. You want to do this in as little time as possible. Well, you'll have to go easy. If you try to bombard them with knowledge, they can easily get overwhelmed and feel discouraged. What you want to do is to keep the lessons straight to the point and simple. They don't need to learn more than 2 new concepts in each lesson. Whatever concepts you want to teach, look for ways to simplify them. 2. Make the lessons fun. Don't be so uptight. The regular student isn't ready to deal with tutors like that. If the lessons aren't enjoyable, then they're going to drop you. That way you'll be left with no students in the long run. That isn't what you want. So, try to make each lesson fun, enjoyable, and engaging. Don't be the one speaking or playing all the time. Allow them to ask questions, encourage them, and make them know when they're getting better. Positive reinforcement works. It really does. 3. Be flexible. There is no doubt you need a curriculum. However, you also need to make the curriculum flexible. Especially if you're going to be teaching students on a personal basis, use a curriculum that can accommodate their peculiar needs. This means you may have to revisit the curriculum at some point. Be interested in what your student wants to achieve with the whole learning process. This would help you tailor the lesson to fit their personal needs. To understand each student, you can use a questionnaire filled by each student. This should be before they start the lessons. With this, you'll know the student's music background, music preference, and other expectations. For instance, some people prefer learning the theory first. On the contrary, some people prefer learning songs first. You can discover all these in good time from your conversation with each student. Also, this will help you decide how best to teach them. 4. Teach them to practice. One thing you want to do is encourage your students to practice as much as possible. If your student only rehearses when you're teaching, they're not going to develop well. They must be ready to practice in between teaching sessions. To ensure this, you can give them assignments and targets in between lessons. For instance, you can teach them a few chords. Afterward, ask them to develop transition time between the chords. You can also give them a song to score before the next class. At the beginning of a new lesson, ask them for the tasks and how they were able to achieve it. If a student is having problems practicing, try to find out what's wrong and how you can help. 5. Don't be afraid to give them materials. Finally, don't be scared to show your students some of the resource materials. Offer them relevant videos and tutorials on how to play appropriately. This will help your student know you have their best interest at heart. Especially when teaching a newbie, patience is important. This is because getting a student to learn a new concept is not a stroll in the park. It takes a great amount of patience to not flip out on the student. Also, learn to enjoy yourself. Frankly, joy is contagious. A happy teacher will make a happy student. As much as you're trying to impart knowledge, don't forget your personal love and passion for both music and teaching. So, try not to get overwhelmed. If a lesson is getting too difficult, take a break. You and your students can just sit and talk, as well as listen to music over a drink. Not only will this ease the tension, it will also build a better teacher-student relationship, which is important for effective learning. Once again, thanks for spending time watching this video. We are always committed to helping you learn more about guitars. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site www.classicalguitarworks.com for more awesome guitar lesson content like this.